you can apply several kinds of lighting. For example, you can apply downlight, and then you can apply sunlight or environment lighting. So you can apply several kinds of lighting, as well as you get the result. You satisfied with it, and then that will be okay. So we'll learn about few kinds of light. Okay, let's start with this. Okay. Okay. First, we're going to learn about a very basic and normal we call V-Ray light. Okay. Okay. And you can jot it down. After that, I let you practice. V-Ray light we can use for used for enhance the environment light. Environment. And second, we can use as outline. Okay, let's see how we do that. Okay. So if we set V-Ray light used for enhance the environment lighting, so I will put V-Ray light to shoot from outside to inside through window. That means every piece of window or sometimes door, I will put a V-Ray light on behind it to assume that there is lighting shooting from outside to inside. Okay, so let's start now. You can find V-Ray light here. You go to the right side of your panel, you can find this light bulb, right? Click it. This is where you find V-Ray light. Okay, then you can see under the light bulb is stated photometric. You just click photometric, change to V-Ray. Okay, and then you can find V-Ray light. Okay, but thing is, you have to install V-Ray light properly. You have to install V-Ray render properly, apply the license, and apply the preset I give you. Only you can find V-Ray. Okay? So if you cannot find V-Ray here, that means perhaps your V-Ray installing problem, license problem, or you haven't load my preset. Okay? So before you start setting your light, remember, go to render setup, set your preset. Set my preset. Okay? Okay. So here, this is render setup, preset. Load the preset that I give you. Okay? And make sure if this table come out again, it is a scene converter table, just close it. Okay. And then your render setup, make sure the preset is the preset that I give you, and then the renderer is V-Ray. Okay, yeah, like this. Renderer is V-Ray. So, okay, so you go to, just now we continue from what we stopped. Okay, we go to click the light bulb, photometric, we change to V-Ray. Okay, then you can see V-Ray light. You click V-Ray light. Okay, and then you can draw a piece of V-Ray light in your viewport. Okay, for example, you click and drag, there is a piece of V-Ray light. Okay, if you turn around and see, the V-Ray light is like this. This is a piece of light, and then the light's direction is towards down. So this is we call V-Ray light. V-Ray light have different kind of form. For example, plan, okay, or dome, or sphere, or mesh. Okay, but most commonly we will use plan, okay, to draw that. So let's start. If we want to put V-Ray light and use for enhance the environment lighting, normally we will do like this. Okay, I will go to the window, to the viewport that I can see the window, and then I draw a V-Ray light. Okay, the size based on the size of the window, and then I release the button. Okay, go to top view, place the V-Ray light nicely, okay, behind the window, like this, behind the window. Okay, make sure you turn around so that the light, the arrow is towards inside. Okay, like this. Okay, okay. After you place it nicely, okay, we click the V-Ray light and then we go to modify button here beside the plus. Okay, we have the modify button. We are going to do some adjustment, okay, for all the setting here. So make sure you jot it down. All right, so at the very first, make sure that actually you can see your light, V-Ray light is yellow color, okay? Make sure that under the general is always on. You tick the on. If you didn't tick the on, that means the V-Ray light, you see the V-Ray light color will turn to black. That means the V-Ray light won't have any effect. Okay, they won't work nicely or properly. So make sure under the general you always on it. Okay, and then the length and the width we just ignore because just now we draw it based on the size of the window. So leave it. We go to this one. Okay, unit. Make sure it's default and image. And then the multiplier. Okay, the multiplier you can set it. Okay, the range, you just write the range from 1 to 5. Okay, I give you the range is because when you test the lighting, if you set the multiplier to 4 and then you test the lighting, if the light is too bright or too exposure, then you change you lower down the multiplier, lower down to maybe 2 or 1. So the range is from 1 to 4. Okay, so I think from here, based on my experience, I'll just put it 2. Okay, and then the mode, you can choose color. So the color white, that means the light shine up is white. If you put it a little bit yellowish, then the lighting is come out is a little bit yellowish. Okay. Okay, that's all for general. After that, drag down the table, expand this, options. Okay, expand the options. We're going to do something for option. Okay, make sure you tick invisible. If you didn't tick invisible, then you will see a piece of white from your outside your window because it indicates the V-Ray light. If you tick invisible, that means your V-Ray light become invisible, cannot see, but the light effect is there. Okay. All right, then after that, you can untick this one, affect reflection. Okay. All right. So this is the basic lighting I set for enhance the environment. So some people, you find that is not enough light, then you can do like this. I place a piece of Virey light outside the window. You also can place another Virey light, okay, size based on the door, and then you put here. You put here. Okay. Assume that your door is open, lighting coming in. Okay. So this is the one of the way we set lighting by using V-Ray. Okay, let's see the result. I'll show you two different results. I off the V-Ray light first. Okay, let's render and let you see. Okay, then after that, I will clone another out. Then I'll on my lighting, see whether it make it brighter or not. Yeah, it's very obvious. So one simple V-Ray light is already can enhance your environment. So it saves a lot of energy to set the lighting. And of course, this is because you are using the V-Ray camera. You set the ISO, you set the f number, the aperture. So your camera is already is automatically come with light. Okay. All right. So you can see. Okay. This is before with no any lighting except the camera light. Okay. And this one is we just put a piece of V-Ray light outside, and then you can see the difference. Okay, let's try if we put another V-Ray light behind the door. Let's see, will it make the environment or ambience nicer? If yes, then we'll use it. If no, then we will delete it. Okay, so same, draw a V-Ray light. Okay, select V-Ray light. We go to the viewport that we can see the size of the door. Okay, front view, we can see the size of the door. Okay, then we click V-Ray light. We just draw a piece of V-Ray light there. Okay, right click the mouse to end the process. Okay, then this is, go to top view, you can see the location of your V-Ray light. Just place it to the location, the correct location. Okay, here behind your camera, behind your camera. Okay, so after that we go to modify, we go to set it. Make sure general is on. Okay, unit is default and image, and your multiplier. Okay, perhaps I just give it 1. Okay, color just remain white. Okay, remember go to option, tick invisible, and untick affect reflection. Okay, go to camera view, and then we test it. Okay, clone it, and then we compare. Yeah, this is without any light. This is with a piece of Virey light outside the window. And then this is a piece of Virey light outside the window and another piece of Virey light at the door. So you can see, because the Virey light placed at the direction of the door should inside the interior, so you can see the sofa, there is a little bit brighter, okay? Even the coffee table also, okay? So it will make the environment brighter, but it not exactly make the 3D realistic, okay? Because normally we won't have too many lights come from each direction, okay? If every direction you have light coming in, then will make your 3D become very flat. There is no shadow, or there is no very obvious direction of lighting shooting in. So it depends on what you want. Some people will like the very bright 3D. Some will prefer a normal or realistic 3D. So it depends on you. So this is how we use Virey light to set and to enhance the environment. Okay, so this is one of the usage of Virey light. Okay, for second, sometimes Virey light we use as downlight. Okay, for example, if you have RCP, or you know where to put your downlight, okay, maybe here one, or here one, you want to enhance more the environment to make it brighter, then you can draw Virey light at the top view like this, a small one, okay, to use it as your downlight. Okay, but you have to remind that, you have to bear in mind that the length and the width, you have to adjust it. Adjust to the size of the downlight. For example, the length will be 100, the width is 100, like this, a small piece enough. And make sure your unit is default image. Okay, the multiplier, the range, you make it like, I think you make it like 10 to 20. You can adjust it. If you feel it's too bright, then you lower it down. Okay, the range is around 10 to 20. I'll make it 10 first. Okay, the color. Okay, if you want your environment to have a bluish environment, then you set the color to blue color. Okay, perhaps here I'll make it a little bit yellowish, and then I'll let you see the effect. Okay, after you set your language, multiplier, and your color, then you go to option. So you go to option, make sure you tick the invisible, and untick the effect reflection. So you go to front view, you can see the Virey light is at the bottom. You drag up, place it just below the ceiling. Hold on. Okay. So you place the Virey light just below the ceiling. Okay. And then you go to top view, you place at the location that you want to place. For example, if you think you have one downlight here, then you put here. Then here maybe one. You can copy another one out. Okay. For here, for lighting, because I assume that all downlight setting will be the same. So when I copy another VRay out, I will prefer instant. Okay, it is easier for me if in the future I adjust the setting for this VRay, then all the VRay will change. Okay, all this small piece of VRay will change. So I'll copy another one out, perhaps 2. Okay, like this. More. And here. Okay, let's see the result. So we have VRay light from window and door, and we have VRay light from above. Let's test the result. Okay, perhaps you can see from this one to this one. Okay. This is, the left one is without VRay light as downlight. This one is with VRay light as downlight. It's a little bit brighter and yellowish if you can compare the gray part here. But it's not too obvious. This is because your main light from window and door is too bright already. So if inside you put yellowish light, yeah, it's not so obvious. Okay, but it's a alternate way to enhance your environment. So if you like this kind of effect, then you can put VRay light as downlight at above, just under the ceiling to shoot down. Okay. All right, so this is for VRay light. Perhaps you can try that now. Okay, try it now for your assignment. Try first for VRay light to enhance the environment lighting. Put VRay light behind the window or at the door here, and try it. You put the VRay light set as a downlight. So try it now. If any problem or question, you can ask me. We will continue our lesson at 10:30. Okay. So, but for the student who haven't installed VRay, perhaps you will have to install it now and apply the license. Then only the VRay can work. Also need to load the preset that I give you lah. Okay. All right, try it now.